Yeah, 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 yeah. You're gonna set me on fire. I'm determined. I don't know which way to go. Kisses lift me higher. Mm-mm-mm. I'm gonna make an adjustment to this quickly. Mm-mm-mm. Welcome in, welcome in. Okay, here we go. We're in, we're in, we're in. No skin. Okay, how's everyone doing? What you boys saying? Last 30 days. Oi, oi, shavaloy. Little 2%. 2% drawdown, 12% gains. Last 90 days. Ooh, 9% drawdown, 22% gains. I'll take it, I'll take it. I'll take it. Feel the tree. Also, we're testing the scalper currently. You can see from this morning. From this morning, we've had this buy area given. Price, yeah, I wouldn't say it triggered in necessarily. This triggered in though, and so did this. So two beautiful runs there. Then we also had this morning, like 3 a.m. 30. 30. Again, little scalp here, nothing too crazy. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Oh, 1 second actually. Let's. There we go. We should have sound effects now. Also, boys, what are we saying? Is this not the sickest website you've seen? Don't say it ain't, because you know it is. Come on now. So go and check it out. Go and check it out. Don't be silly, Billy. Come on now. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So let's have a little butchers on the 15-minute and see where we're at. So you can see that we have the pro bias indicator up on our screen. You can get the completely free version of this indicator from the link in the bio or the description, depending on what platform you're watching on. But this is still the daily bias. The daily bias is still bearish, okay? So we're still doing the same thing. We're still looking at the same points of relevance within the price action itself. So where we are currently, we are actually in a bullish directional move. You can see this high was the high that we were holding. Oh, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. We're still waiting for this to close here, though, at the moment. Where's the... If we close out above, perfect. If we don't, we move on. Simple as that. This is the 15, so we're looking for that close. We want it to shift bearish. Even on the 15-minute, look, giving the beautiful long signal at the base there. Here, that probably wouldn't have worked, to be honest, because unless you're running a stop that's way down. You know what I mean? Elvis, I love you, bro, but can't say this is one of my favorites. So we're about to bust down somewhere else. If you are watching on the red platform, you can't hear the absolute tunage that's about to bless the listeners and viewers right now. So again, here, so what we're looking at here, boys, this isn't a when it's created, this zone's permanent and you're just going to be able to sell off of it, buy off it, whatever. We're looking at short-term reactive areas, right? So you see how here it taps in immediately. Here it doesn't tap in immediately. Yes, it would have given you a sell, but still, this is not the point. Here, that would have just been a loss. And the same with this. It would have been messing around, flicking back and forth for a long time. We're looking for short-term tap-in run. Yeah, so just keep that in mind when you're... Hang on, what's this? Oh, I know what that is, sorry. Same thing, yeah? We're just looking for short-term tap-ins and runs. So let's go back to the current price action move. Remember, if you want the free version of this, you can get the free version of this. Link in the bio. Super consistent daily bias indicator. Wait for a close. We got another... Oh, it's just closed. Perfect. That's perfect. Okay, so now we can track the low point. And this is the point we use to validate directional movement. Wait for the high to form. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Obviously, this is our first live stream back. We're bullish here. Closed above the high there. This is your high. I mean, it doesn't matter what one you actually pick right now because it's already closed bullish. But this is good for us because we've closed bullish now. We have our high, we have our low. That tells us price is in the direction for us to follow it. Why is my shit not shuffling? Remember, if you haven't hit that follow button already, what are you doing with yourself? Yo, what's going on, Daniel? Welcome in. Hope you're good, man. Look at even this though. Look at this. This is the 15-minute on gold. Disgusting. 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 Not so disgusting. Remember to hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. Let's go down to the 5. Temple Torah. Okay. 5 minute is obviously clearly bullish, you know. You can clearly see that. So I'll put a mark on the low here. We don't really need to worry too much because we're actually right at the top here. Now remember, I've said this before. I just want to make these black. We're waiting for price action to actually show us something that we are willing to follow. And our bias gives us the template for what we're looking for, and then price action gives us the movement that hopefully we're going to see. If it doesn't, we just let it do its thing. Now, currently, this is a good position for us. On the 1 minute, we've got a much stronger bias. Here you can see a sell. I don't know what. Oh, what? No, that is right. That is right. I don't know why that's. So, at the minute, this is optimized for euro. So, for example, here, there's like nothing there. There's nothing there. Same as this. It didn't trade off of this either. It's because it's currently optimized to euro. So, if I go over to euro, you're going to see a different story. So, for example, here we go to it's optimized euro 5 minute. Thank you for the follow. 1 second. Let me just. There we go. Okay, so when I go to the results here, this is the data on the 5 minute. So this is January. Last 90 days, right? Last 30 days. 2% drawdown, 15% gain. Last 7 days. 2% drawdown, 4.4 gain. Why are you trading in VR, bro? Why aren't you? That's the question. Why are you not? I have the ability to work when I like, to do what I want. So why not have a bit of fun with it? You know? You got to enjoy just the motion. I'll tell you what isn't fun. Just staring at a laptop screen all day long. Boring. Boring. You know what I mean? Yeah, try it, bro. You'll have a laugh. You can have a big fat YouTube window up over here watching whatever you want. You can have your screen as big as you want, small as you want. You know what I mean? It's a laugh. It's a laugh. So yeah, this is what I was saying earlier with this. 12 trades over the last 7 days. 4% gain, 2.5%, 2.35% drawdown, 75% win rate. Go to the last 30 days. 30 days is crispy. 30 days is 15% gain, 2.4% drawdown, which is very nice. And this is obviously if you started using the system on the 9th of March. If you were holding prior to that, or you were using it before that, so we go 365, you'd be in a different position, because obviously you would always be running in profit from April 2025. So last year, pretty much this date last year, if you started using it, at no point would you be below your actual original balance. Now, it's done a very good performance from February this year when it done a 9.9%. Then it's continued all the way up since then. So it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. We love to see it. Mouse and keyboard, or is it via hand controls? You can use your hands if you want, but I'm using mouse and keyboard. You also, if you have a Quest, there is an option for a pass-through, and it will auto-detect your keyboard, and you'll be able to just see your keyboard. But I don't really need it, so I don't have it on. Like, it will just remotely hover the window. Okay, it's okay, this is looking the same as Euro, isn't it? We have a low to high move here. Thank you for the likes, I appreciate it. We closed above the high right here. That's your low point. Closed above this. Yeah, that's it. We hit 5k, guys, by the way, so don't forget to hit that follow button, because we will be doing a lifetime access giveaway to all, yes, every single one of the indicator scripts that we have on our website, as well as all the updates that come with them as well, for life. Literally lifetime access. Look at this on the 15-minute though. Come on now. Have a little peek. Have a little peek at this one. Obviously, bias is bearish, so you know. Bosh. That's where it forms. Enough meat on the bone for you there? I'm sure there is. Now, the sell here didn't deliver anything. Now, there is actually a filter that needs to be applied to this, because that theoretically isn't as valid as it should be. This, yes, is valid. This is a little bit tight. So in terms of the parameters that it uses, the data that is being fed here isn't as good as it should be. Go this Euro. Remember, like I said earlier, boys, this indicator right here, this is the pro version of our daily bias indicator. It's not publicly available yet, but it will be soon. But the completely free version, which tells you what your daily bias is, so daily bias, bullish, bearish, whatever, you can go and grab that with the link in my description and in my bio. Look at it. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. Look at the short as well. Ugh. Bosh. Oh, look at it. It's playing ping pong right now. Look, it gets in here, it exits here. It gets in here, it exits here. It's literally playing ping pong. It's currently long at the moment. Price, it's looking like it might not hold that, but we'll see. We'll see. Here, oh, okay. So it took a. So it chops about here. I think it got out with a tiny profit. Then we sold, took a stop. Right, then it sold here and it got out here. So pretty good, to be honest. Hmm. Sold here, got out here. Sold here, got out here. That's actually sickening. That's actually disgusting, lad. Sold here, got out here. There's 2 stops in a row there. 3, 4. See what the actual data's saying. I don't imagine it's good because it's not been optimized for it. Oh, well, actually, it's not. I mean, I've seen worse. We're on the 15-minute too, so. Yeah, it's kind of what I expected it to be fair. Again, let's stop gulping at that. Okay, long story short, we're in a bullish range. 5-minute. By the way, it's been optimized for Euro USD and we're on Euro British Pound. Do 90 days, see what 90 days is. 90 days is normally where it shifts. Okay, I'll be quiet then. 365? Yeah, it's not as strong on the 365, but you kind of expect that for something on the 5-minute. Last 3 months though, it's been delivering crème de la crème. Okay. Five-minute high to low. Got okay, okay. Low, high point, close above. That remains the low point. So here, 5-minute. That's a hefty 5-minute range. Welcome in, everyone, by the way. Okay, so there's nothing for us to do on that. Oh, actually, no. What am I talking about? What Am I talking about this song? Is definitely going to get me moderated. Holy shit. What the fuck? Cracking sell entry by the bot there. Holy. Incredible entry from the bot right there. Increds. What is the... I just realised it's taking some insane trades, but it's not actually exiting any. Oh, I know why. I know why. Don't worry, I know why. Happy tripping the dip. Let's go back to here quick. Yeah, because of this. If we do this to like 2. Or we do to like 1. Don't it? No. Risk to reward is 1. Which is actually pretty poor right there. But if you can make it up with hit rate, then it's alright, isn't it? That's the thing. This isn't optimized for this, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's... Okay, I'll be quiet again. It's to 0. Welcome in, everyone, by the way. Don't forget, this is completely hands-free. This isn't completely hands-free. Turn to me. Yo, thank you for the likes. Appreciate it. Welcome in, man. How is everyone? Let's go GJ. GJ. Again, system is not... This is not optimized for this. We need to see a clear shift in this pair. We need to see it shift bearish. It's currently bullish. I need to change this from 15-minute low to just 15-minute. Give me the goddamn things. There we go. Alright, how did I do it? Apply default. Ah, there it is. There it is. There we go. I was thinking, why is it not coming up with save as? And that's it. Save as 15 min. Save. Then I can come to this point and I can get rid of 15-minute low because we don't need that. We just need the singular one. Okay, so remember our bias is bearish, right? When your bias is telling you something, we're not just trading off of the idea that, okay, yes, maybe we can actually follow this. We're waiting for price to tell us, come on, follow what I'm showing you. That's what we're waiting for. We're not saying to ourselves, oh, maybe we'll trade this later today. No. We're literally just going to set alerts on these points and just wait for price to hit them. We don't want to sit around all day twiddling our thumbs going, oh, I really wish I could get an entry from this pair. And it's really, oh, you know what, I might just enter. No. We're sitting and we're waiting for price action to deliver the confluences that align with our bias. Why do we use a bias? Because this specific bias here, obviously I don't know how you guys work with bias, but this specific bias right here is backed by data. So yes, it might not be correct every day, but it is backed by a data-based probability system. You can get the free version of it without the power meter, so it would just look like that. Okay, it would help if my hand didn't judder through. It would just look like that with your daily bias. And oh, my thumb's so bent. What? Why is my low res thumb so bent? Weird. Okay, same thing. Very good to me. Okay, right. We need this down here. Yes. Don't know about that one. No. No. I refuse. What's the indicator bias for EU, brother? Oh, what's the directional bias for EU? Bearish, I believe. Yes, bearish, but it's very, so the pro version is telling us that the bias is very weak. So that backs up what we're seeing. And what we're seeing is price action being in a bullish directional move. So obviously the bias is telling us it's weak. It's not likely to shift. Ross from DTFX? No, mate. I am Ross, but nothing to do with DTFX. Welcome in, by the way, Christopher. Welcome in, or Chris. Sorry. Yeah, so that's the basis of what we're looking at there. The pro bias indicator is telling us that we are likely not seeing that bearish movement play out. It has zero strength there. If we go to a different pair, so for example, we go to gold. I think gold's bullish. Yeah, so you see how gold is like in a bullish movement? The indicator is showing us some strength, which is what we'd expect. What does trading come to? I know, imagine somebody has some fun with it, right? Imagine. You should ask yourself what trading's come to when you see every other stream being exactly the same. Not this one though, mate. No, you're good. You're good, bro. But what I'm saying is, if you think about what trading's come to, it's the same thing on every single stream. Face cam, chart, face cam, chart, boring, boring. We can literally trade in space right now. We could go to the fucking ISS and trade out of this fucking world. Now you're good, man. Welcome in, welcome in. Listen, it's good vibes only around here, bro. It's good vibes only. But what I always find is you always get people that forget that when you work for yourself, you can literally do whatever you like with it. So right now I'm sitting in a lovely comfy chair with a nice big clear display in front of me, AirPods in, some beautiful stars in the sky. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Did make me click. Welcome in, Kobe. Look, you've got to enjoy it. What's happened is trading has lost its fun. It's lost its joy. It's a depressing, egotistic environment. It's all about ex-traders that think they know what they're talking about 24/7. They're never wrong. You know, I'm just here to show you a rule set that works if you apply it consistently and have a bit of fun with it at the same time. And you should do the same thing, you know. Take back that joy that you had when you initially found trading, because you've lost that spark. You know, so many people have. I did. Yeah, it's what I'm saying. Like, it's a bit of fun to take your mind off of the depressing nature that is trying to prove a system works in the charts. Instead of we're trying to prove it, we just show what price action delivers, and then we can trade based off of that. Now, this is actually one of the more chill environments. We have a lot more. We have like photorealistic real-world environments that we can trade in as well. But today, I just went for the chill vibes, nighttime vibes. You know the deal. But we're also showcasing a couple of things. We're showcasing this automated system that I've just finished refining on Euro, which is super consistent. We look at the last 30 days, 2.4% drawdown with a 15% gain. Beautiful, love to see it. Again, this is the TradingView data here. You can't fudge this data. This is all systematically tested. You can see all the stats in there. Yeah, it's all, you know, it's all like statistics and blah blah. 7 days. If we look at 7 days, we got a 4.3% gain with a 2.3% drawdown. Remembering, obviously, these are referencing from the point. So if you started here and you finished here, that's what it's referencing when you see the data. That's why, for example, when we see like the 90-day, there is a period that's got a 9.7% drawdown. Now, yes, not ideal. If you're trading a funded account, not so good. Obviously, it's only going to really affect you if you're going 1% risk. But then if you're using less risk, you're also gaining less profit. Okay? Same thing. But this is a 5-minute time frame. 365, if we go to 365, same thing. 60% profit overall. 13% DD. Again, this is not a DD from baseline. This is not a baseline drawdown. This is a drawdown overall. Okay, so you would have been in a significant amount of, not a significant amount, but enough profit for it to not bring you back down to zero. Obviously, this is based on if you started here. So that's what I've always say. You know, if you started here, if you started at this high point, you would have incurred 13% drawdown. Yes. If you started here, you would have incurred immediate 15% profit. So it's like, okay to collect data and be like, this is the data. But you got to remember, it's based on where you actually start using the system. If you start using it last month, you would have just seen pure profit. But obviously, that's not a probability basis that we're going to run off of. That's a basis of probability if the data shows you over a long period of time, right? Which is what we got, which is nice. And it also isn't optimized for Euro British Pound, but it also did, I'm pretty sure it did give us, yeah, over Euro British Pound. If we go to like last 90 days, decent, mate. 5% drawdown, 22% gain. And, another and, This is running at a 1-to-1. It's running at a 1-to-1 profit. So it's not even like it's a crazy, you know, 0.2 gain kind of show. You know what I mean? Anyway, enough of that. 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 Right, 1 second. Let me see what the pro bias indicator looks like. Yeah, so you're not seeing shit right there because, and you're still not seeing shit. Right, 1 second. 1 second. Okay, there we go. For some reason, sometimes it has white around it, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why. Just the way the cutout works, it's a bit weird. Let's go euro. Not euro. Gold. Excuse me, sorry boys. Okay, this is the 5-minute high as well. Gold's about to shift bearish. If it closes below this. Feel that order block you placed? What order block, mate? We don't have any order blocks placed. We don't actually use order blocks, to be fair. Between the lines at the bottom. Oh, here? This one? We do use the money in, money out concept, which is similar to order blocks, but it's different reference points. It uses inefficiency and momentum, not just points in the market. You know what I mean? Like, look at that for a short from the automatic system. Mushala brava. Frozen? Yeah. Okay. Back to the 5, because currently the 15-minute is bullish. We don't really need to see anything else until we see a shift on that. So the options we have are either we come up and close above this high. Okay, so this is the current high. If we come up and close above this, then we'll be using this low as our reference point rather than this low, which is good for us because it means we have a closer point, right? Oh, go away, please. Look at these people, honestly. If you're running in a loss, join the Telegram group. Imagine prying on people that are losing. That's peak, mate. That's peak. Actually peak. I don't know how those people just operate in life. Like, Like, what do you do for a living? Oh, yeah, I just scam people. Like, bruh. Okay, so I'm just going to set an alert here. Like, whoa. Okay, so we had this high that was closed above here. Down to the low. That's the high point. Here to here. And it's kind of led us to where I thought we would be, which is here. Minute. Also 15-minute. Bias bullish strength is 50% on that one. On the 15-minute, it's also 50%. On the 1 minute, bias is also 50%. So it's not too sad. Not too sad. Cracking long entry though. Took a win and then it took a loss immediately. Then it's back in another sell from here. Nice, Captain. Well done. What, an Aussie dollar? This is Aussie dollar. You guys can see that, right? I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Oh, barely. Oh, you can see. You can see. I don't know why the contrast is so off with the headset. I'm not sure why. Okay, right. Let me just close this. There we go. Yeah, so you can see the volume meter on the Australian dollar is like big power. See that? Big, big, big. That's good. As soon as it pushes over that 50% mark, once it starts giving that 50%, that's a pretty good sign that we are going to actually see that progressive move higher. Generally, it doesn't necessarily deliver, how would I say, a strength bias of that sort of level from top to bottom. It normally delivers it at the base of a new push. Not always, but quite often it does it from the base for a new push. So for example here, it wouldn't surprise me if we see a little bit of a pullback. Maybe we take out some of the lows. Maybe we push down a little bit. If it holds the strength bias, I would still see, like, expect to see it going up, essentially. Now, yes, that's the idea of the system, but what we don't want to do is we don't want to completely lean on it and be like, we're 100% going to go higher. You know, we implement it into something we already have, which is what we do. What do you think it would go up? I just need help with my TP. I'll be honest with you, mate. If I had an entry right now, which I don't, if I had an entry, I'd be trading it something along the lines of this. So let's say it comes down a little bit. Okay, then it shifts higher. I'd trade like this, and I'd be getting out here. Now, the reason for that is because on the 15-minute, if you look at where we are, this is your high, right? So if we're going to continue what it's done, which is bullish, 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 chances are, well, not chances are, but you look at this basis, right? If you're trading in a bullish movement, where is the most likely high that we're going to reach? Here, right? It's not like some crazy high over here or anything like that. So we aim for local targets, so we know they're more probable. They're never guaranteed, but they're more probable. So You're trading the 4-hour. How far have you been trading it from? Holy smokes. 4-hour, then you'd aim for this high because this is the... So generally what you want to do, right, is regardless of time frame, there goes the music. If you're trading bullish, right, why the fuck is this on? Daylight robbery. So if you're trading on the 4-hour time frame, right, from here, it's the 4H, and you're trading bullish, you're always going to aim for your local high. Okay, your local high being the high that was created to tell you that you were in a bullish directional move, right, for example. So you would aim for your local high. So your local high here would be, would be the high that I had marked here. Yeah, because we had the low move, we took out the high here. That became your valid low. This is your valid high. So you'll be trading up into those highs. Again, not financial advice, just purely based off of what I would do if I was trading it. Excuse me. Yeah, of course, mate, no problem. Also, dude, if you want to go and check out the daily bias indicator, you can get it completely free. Literally free. Go to the link in the bio or the link in the description, depending on what platform you're on. And yeah, you can go and grab it for free. You can give it a test. It might work perfectly with your 4-hour. If you go onto the 4-hour here, you can see bias is still bullish. Let's see when the bias changed to bullish, or where it went to bullish from. Of course, mate. Have a look. What was it saying here? I'm pretty sure it was bearish here, right? Yeah, it was bearish. So let's just play it forwards and see where it changes from bullish to bearish. Okay, so it's bullish. Where did it change to bearish? Let's see. Let's play it forwards there. It changed to bearish there, right? So at this point, it told us probability is we're going to continue going down. Then we had a little pullback, which gave you your higher entries. There's the beautiful down move. Again, another pullback for more entries. More down move, more down move. We're still bearish. Still bearish. Don't worry about the automatic system. It's not optimized for this pair. It's just running in the background. Again, it shifts to bullish. Here, this is where it shifted to bullish. Shifted to bullish now. So it told you quite early on that it was going to bullish. Definitely worth a buzz. Like I say, it's literally free, so there's no like hidden strings or anything. Excuse me. I need a coffee. Yeah, check it out, man. Check it out. Yeah, just go to the link in the bio. Go to the indicator section. You'll see it there, the Orion daily bias indicator. It will say £0 on it, and when you go to it, it will just be a button that takes you through to TradingView. One minute, this is the low here. The glasses called you're using to see? They're Quest 3, mate. It's like a full-on headset. It's not just, you know, like glasses. I feel like that's what people ask more than anything. Okay, so price did shift with gold. Kind of, it's one of those things. Yes, we were looking for an entry, but it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, we're only looking to trade if price action actually delivers what we want to see. And we're not looking for that bearishness. We're looking for bullishness. Why are you aiming so far? What do you mean, mate? Aiming so far on what? This is the site, by the way. If you go over to the website, if you click Launch Orion, it's going to take you to your indicators, right? And you're going to come here, which is your daily bias indicator. You're going to click on the daily bias indicator, and you're just going to click your Add to Chart. You're going to be able to try it completely free. Like I say, there's no strings attached. Just give it a try. You can also check out the educational content while you're there if you want to. Lots of stuff on there. Also, we are offering a 50% commission for all affiliates. So if you have a community of any kind, or you have the low on liquidity, we're not aiming for that, mate. That's not what we're aiming for. That's literally our reference for price being bearish. We don't use ICT stuff, if that's what you're referring to. This is swing trading. No, we're using the 15-minute as our bias reference. So I don't know. Obviously, I can see you've got FX in your name, but I don't know if you're a trader or what. But for anyone that is watching that doesn't understand the way that you have to analyze the markets, is we need to have a consensus direction from a higher time frame, which is what we have. We then have to align a mid time frame. We don't have to do it like this, but for me, this is the way my system works. The way the data set, a lot of consistent systems work. You have to have a mid time frame to confirm the daily bias consensus. You then use smaller time frames to confirm what the mid time frame is telling you, and you use lower time frames to confirm that. So you're using a 3-stage data collection, allowing each point of data to tell its story. Then you can actually trade if relevance and confluence is in place. Now, if it isn't in place, you don't trade it, right? Simple as that. Now, there's a lot of days where our bias might be bearish, but look at the power meter there. The meter on that is so low that tells you probability of that bearishness coming in isn't that high at all. Now, it makes sense because price action is currently bullish. This is our last valid low. This is the last valid high. We're waiting for price action to close below the low to give us confluence in terms of this time frame, which is the 15-minute. If the 15-minute shifts bearish, that tells us we've got a daily bias, a reasonably large mid time frame, and then we can use lower time frames to actually begin to, how would I say, combine confluences, if you were. So, like I said before, this system's completely backed by a data set. It's not like a randomized system. Backed by a data set. It's got years and years and years of data. We also have quite a few students which are using this system, and I'll pull some of their data up now so you can see the data that they're seeing from their back tests of this. Let's have a look. Okay, that's not valid. Ignore that area there because that isn't valid. The reason I say that is because we're looking for final formulation of this candle, which hasn't hit yet. So that's a preemptive. That is preemptive right there. %65 profitable trades, 90 days, yeah. I think the 30 days is the best performance. 2.4% drawdown with a 12% return. That's the best one. Again, that's just a smaller snippet of the larger scale of data. It's not a standalone result for the whole movement. As I said, the bias indicator itself is available on the site, completely free. Literally costs 0 pennies. No sign-ups, no nothing. Just 100% free. If you want to go and use it, you can. Give it a go because it's literally free. So if you use it and you're like, Jesus, this literally aligns exactly with what I use, or my bias, it aligns exactly with what I would normally do. You can save yourself the ag of having to look on the chart to know what your bias is. You can literally apply it, set an alert, and it's going to tell you what your bias is every single day. At 10:30, when the market, or 10 o'clock, sorry, when the market closes, it's going to ping a notification to your phone, and it's going to tell you this pair is bullish, for example, or this pair is bearish. So you're going to know in your next session, whether you're trading Asia that day or whether you're trading London the next morning, you're going to know that your bias is going to be the same regardless, because the bias doesn't change throughout the day. It stays, thank you Connor, I appreciate the follow. It stays the same every day. So it's not going to switch up on you halfway through the day. It's not one of these indicators where it tells you, oh, today we're bullish, and then halfway through you being in the bullish entry, it's like, we're bearish. You know what I mean? It's not going to do that. It's going to be the same all day. This is why the pro version is very useful, because it backs up its bias with a probability-based meter, essentially. When the meter is high, probability is high. When the meter is low, probability is low. So you see how the probability meter is very high here, and look at what price is doing. Even on the 1 minute. Look at the price action move starting to come back up now. Even though we had this short move down, it's starting to come back up. You can see the alignment is there. It's beautiful. I'd expect this 15-minute high to be the next point where it goes. Again, this is not a follow everything it does blindly kind of indicator. None of our indicators are. They're all tools that you use to leverage a system that you already have in place. Giving systematic, systematic alerts and calculations on the charts 24/7, so you don't have to be. Again, this is part of the reason why indicators are so essential to every single trader. Now, I'm not telling you have to use an indicator, but think about it like this. Let's say, because most people aren't full-time, right? Most people aren't full-time. As a full-time trader, I do not sit on the charts for 4 hours a day, 5 hours a day. The only time I'm on the charts is when I'm actually live, or unless I'm notified by one of my automatic scripts. That's the only time. So it's really important to remember that you are not part of the chart. Fixating yourself on, I must get an entry, I must stare at the charts for 12 hours a day is not healthy, for one, and it's not useful, for two. You're wasting your time. Instead, integrate a system, for example, like one of my scripts, right? And then you can just set an alert and wait for a notification to come through to your phone. Keep your phone on loud so you know, or keep a headphone in, or keep a close eye on your pocket if it's vibrating. And come to the chart when the price action is adequate for you. What we don't want to do is get into a habit. Okay, I just fucking moved my screen. What we don't want to do is get into a habit of chasing the price action that is on your screen. Chasing the price action that is on your screen isn't going to help you in any way, shape, or form. But what is going to help you is using something like FX Replay, for example, applying the indicators in, because they allow you to put custom indicators into TradingView. Use your system in line with the indicator, formulate a plan, then set an alert on the indicator and just wait for the alert to ping to your phone. Stop staring at the charts all day. Do you know what I mean? People say, oh, we have to look at the charts to know when we're going to trade. Yes, you do have to look at the charts, yes. But you don't have to stare at them like a maniac, thinking that it's going to make a difference to what price delivers. We just have to be realistic, and realisticness comes with understanding that even 2 hours a day on the charts is quite a lot of time for people that have full-time jobs and have other things going on in their lives, aka children, 9 to 5s, and a social life of any kind. You know, this is why I've made the indicators I've made, because they are tools that allow people with normal lives to actually be able to operate within the markets at times that they should. I say should because I don't know what everyone's criteria is, but when they are prompted by a systematic basis, right? Because what you've got to remember is you can't work 24 hours a day, but an automatic script will run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365, regardless. It doesn't need to have a day off. It doesn't take a break. It will always just be there, ready to send a notification to your phone if something arises that aligns with your system. That's the basis that you should be following. Not the basis of, I must stare at the charts until I find an entry. Don't do it yourself. Don't do it. Don't do it. Use a script. It's 24/7. It's going to notify you when it's time to actually trade. It will open your eyes. You'll be like, oh my God, why have I not done this sooner? Cheers for the likes, Connor. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, Connor. Thank you for being here, man. It's one of the biggest things for me is I've been lucky enough to be able to walk away from my job and actually put trading first. And I wasted, I would say, the first 2 years of my career as a trader thinking that my life revolved around the charts. When it doesn't. It really doesn't. Your life revolves around a rule set that allows you to execute within a market environment. But the importance is understanding that that rule set only fits in certain parts of the market. So we're not trying to analyze and be present in every part of the market, right? It's kind of like, how to say, it's kind of like saying that you're gonna go to every single party that's being hosted. Like, it's an improbability you're going to be able to do that. You know what I mean? It's literally an improbability. Hey, Bumba. How about that? How about that? Didn't even say anything. How about that? Yeah, so don't get wrapped up in the whole chart friggin' 24/7 hunting for entries. Just be realistic with yourself. Understand the basis that there's only a small amount of time. I mean, I'll give you an example, right? I'll give you an example. Here's one of the perks of having your hands in VR, right? Here's an example. Okay, so let's say you are somebody that only wants to trade London, for example. You only want to trade New York. New York starts from 230, so we say you're looking at the charts from about here, which is 220, and maybe you've got stuff to do after sort of 5:30. So that's 3 hours. Have a look at how little time that is during the whole trading day. I'm going to pull this. Oh, we're going to drag this, and we're going to put it to the other New York session. I'll put it to here, right? Have a look at how little there is time that you're actually trading. 2:30 to 5:30, right? So, what makes you think that your system is going to fit into this criteria every single day of the week. It's not, right? So the best thing you can do is, instead of hunting your entry and hunting that tiny sliver of price, is just implement something that's automatic, and then you can just get on with your life outside of it. Obviously, there's a lot of work to be done before you just say, right, I'm just going to set an indicator and just, walk away, because you need to have a basis of probability first. But the main thing is understanding freedom and how it comes with trading, right? People come to the trading industry for time freedom, financial freedom, yeah? The two things. So if you immediately come in and you're not achieving financial freedom because it takes time to be profitable, and then you're locking yourself in your charts, you're not achieving either. So at least give yourself the time freedom from trading itself, because otherwise you're never going to develop into that, are you? You're always going to be locked in that, I must be present on the charts to trade. Change background. We're not changing any backgrounds today, man. I appreciate the comment. Appreciate you being there as well. We will, if you join in, if you go to the link in my bio, because obviously you're here on TT, go to the link in the bio, go to the long form content, the red platform, you'll see it on the page that you land on. And we've traded in many photorealistic environments that you might have been on holiday to. Some of them, we've been on beaches, we've been on mountains, we've been rural locations, we've been cities, we've been America, we've been Turkey, we've been Japan, Greece, many different places. Obviously in virtual reality, you know what I mean? I'm not actually traveling there and putting a freaking headset on. But what's better than getting on a plane and flying, sitting at home with a cup of coffee, right? Literally. So, like I said, you can get this bias indicator completely free on the site. If you want to go and give it a try, go and give it a try. No strings attached, no, whatever. It's just, you get it and it will take you to a TradingView link, and it will immediately, you can just add it to your chart. Okie dokie, let's have a look at this. This looks... Yo, what's going on? Have a look back on my EU setup. Yeah, we'll take a look, mate. No problem. Let's go EU now. Hope you're good though, bro. Hope you're all good. Right, 1 second. Just working this out. Go. This is... Oh, I forgot about that. I need to change it. That wants to be black. That now wants to be saved as 5 min. Save. Then I can go back to my templates. I can get rid of 5-minute low because we don't need that. Perfect. Let's get rid of that. And then I want this. Yeah. Why would I need an indicator for daily bias? I mean, clearly you've literally just tuned in. I just explained it. So, for example, this daily bias indicator will send you a notification every day at market close, so you know what your next day bias is. You don't even need to look. You literally just let it tell you what your next day bias is, and your bias will be the same all day. So imagine going to bed knowing what your bias is for tomorrow without even opening your charts to look. And again, you're going to need to make sure that you've implemented it into your trading system in the correct way, because obviously it works with my system, it works with a lot of my students' systems. But if you're using like a hyper scalping system, it's not going to be any use to you. Do you know what I mean? You're scalping like 2 pip movements. No, you're good. You're good. That's what I'm saying. That's why I explained it. It's not a replacement for analysis, but it's a replacement for elements of a system if you've put those elements in place. It's the same as the so we got loads over here. So it's the same as the order flow indicator. It's the same as the where is it? Not that. It's the same as this, right? Which is the money in, money out script. Now you can see these areas being formed here, 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 right? Now it's all good seeing those, but you want to have a reason to be paying attention to them. So you're going to factor that in and then add alerts to them. So if one is formed or if one is created or whatever, it's going to ping up on your phone. You're going to be like, sweet, I'm going to jump on the charts for 10 minutes, see what this is saying. Do you use FEGs or do you only focus on order flow and volume? We use daily bias, which is momentum and inefficiency based. We then use 15 minutes to confirm that bias, which is based around order flow and the Wyckoff system. We then use the 5 minute itself, institutional order flow, to validate what the 15 minutes is telling us. And then we use the 1 minute for our entry, which again, we use that to find low time frame springs to then follow higher time frame distributions or accumulations. Well, not the distribution and accumulation themselves, but the markup, markdown phase of it. But obviously, you have to follow the accumulation distribution to be able to actually clock it. You know. But I'm currently working on, like I said earlier, I'm currently working on this, which is my baby at the moment. Which is an automated system, which is going to be focused on prop firm accounts, if you're using low risk, and then just growth of normal accounts if you're using higher risk. And you'll see 7 days, you're like 4.3 gain with a 2.3 drawdown. 90 days, we got a 9% drawdown with a 24% gain. Again, this is the basis of if you started using it exactly on the 6th of that month, not if you used it over a long period of time. I'll show you a long period of time, 365 days. You can see it's 13% maximum draw and 70% gain. But again, that's based off of using it from here to here. If you used it here to here, you wouldn't see that drawdown. If you used it from here to here, you wouldn't see that drawdown. You'd only see it if you used it before August. So again, it's a work in progress. It's no, nothing's finalized on that. Okay, so we're at euro. That's disgusting. Do we have news here? Is that what we've got going now? Don't my hand look weird on my mouse? Where's this? Why is it underneath everything? Okay. Alright, it's not like fully underneath. It's cool though. Yeah, no, I appreciate that, man. And that's based around my trading system itself. Okay, so we've got 2 hours, 5 minutes, 2 hour 20 until a load of USD news, really, which is kakabooey right there. But not really a huge amount we can be doing about that. Is someone saying something or is something happening? I need to see. Yes, senior Iran source. Tehran has rejected any temporary ceasefires with the US. Wait. I can't lie. I kind of question the validity of a lot of these claims or a lot of these sources or quotes that you see on like Financial Juice, for example, because the same thing they quoted was incorrect many times before. So, you know. Okay, so Jonathan, let me see where we're at with the entry. Now, I need to go and validate where your entry was. Why is it always underneath everything? Is this it? Yeah. Yeah. Was it here? Okay, let's see this. Okay, so your low would have been this one right here. That would have been your low, close below on the pivotal. Where's the top of this screen? Is that the top of the screen? Yes. Okay, that would have been the pivotal point. So let me just... I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. What's going on? Okay, right. Don't worry, I found my mind. We're back. We hit 5k, by the way, so make sure you follow him because big giveaways inbound. Around 7 a.m. UK time. Yeah. Yeah, it's in here. Yeah. Okay, so biggest issue we have, my man, is this. Thank you for the follow. This low and this high are the current range. So all of this is internal. That's the big. Not that it's not an issue because it's easily fixed. It's just an overlook. But that's the biggest thing I saw. Then also within here, we're tracking this low. Your high becomes here. We close above. So within here, we'd look on the 5. Let's see. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Conor fucking McGregor. Okay, so. Close below again. This was your high. This was your low point. New high was formed. New low was formed. Close above. That's your low. This is your high. Close above. New high. Low closes. Bearish. Yes. Obviously, this stuff wouldn't be relevant necessarily because the 15 minute's still bullish. So close below here. Yeah, then we'd need to come down to the 1, which would bring us in here. And then the 1 minute, you look at the 1 minute, right here, price is bearish, right? Now, what we really focus on is finding the lower time frame Wyckoff schematic. Now, the Wyckoff schematic itself can only be formulated once the high or the mid and the intermediate time frame become aligned with the higher time frame, which is bearish. Then we can formulate what the 1 minute is starting to do. And what we look for is we look for price to be going against our bias. So we look for it to close up. Then we look for it to close down, and we use that point as our entry. Okay, now obviously here, this high and this low, we were already bearish. We close about here. Then at this point, we actually close on the 5. So we never validated an entry for short. Overall, though, mate, the markup's pretty clean. Just keep focusing on those core basis. Even if you're wrong with an entry, it doesn't mean that your analysis is like incorrect in a sense, because it's easy to overlook stuff. Of course, mate. Sorry if that was really loud. I just whacked the mic by accident. You know, sunshine when she's gone. Use the liquidity grab as a pivotal high. Yeah, so we want to make sure that we're just shifting. We're like actually shifting into our bias direction. That's the main thing. Hey, listen, practice makes perfect anyway, mate. You gotta put that practice in to be able to actually gain consistency over time. Not just gonna be like an easy run and jump, you know. Okay, 1 second, boys. Yeah, of course, mate. No problem at all. Look at the. Was that on? Wait. Where was we just on then? Gold? Yeah, the bias meter is like bussing at the seams right now. But the 5 minutes shifted for us. Look at the automatic trading system doing its thing right there. Clean. Straight in, straight out. Bish, bash, bosh. Love to see it. Shall we do a little goodie bag? I don't know if I've got any coins actually. Yo, what's going on, Jonathan? Welcome in, dude. I mean, I don't know. Thanks for the follow. I don't know who you'd prefer. I don't know what you'd prefer in terms of GT or YT. The red app or the whatever color app. I do have some coins. Okay. Top left of the screen, there's going to be a little purple bag that's going to appear. Okay. If you are watching this on TikTok, you can simply share the live stream. You share it for the next 10 minutes. Obviously, you don't have to share it for 10 minutes, but if you share it within the next 10 minutes, you are going to get entered into the giveaway to potentially earn yourself some little pennies. Obviously, you don't have to. You can do what you like. Ba 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 ba. Let's get the tunes back on. Actually, what was the song that I wanted to listen to earlier? K-pop. Yeah, really. Thanks. Sweet, sweet. Button. A little bit of Sench. A little bit of Sench. This is hard. Oi, oi. Ugh. I don't think we can, mate. I don't think it's possible. I need to see if there's a way I can do it. I'm not sure how to add that feature. There is a way of doing it, but I'm not sure if I have it on mine. So yeah, we're looking for a close below this low here. Eh. Eh. Get the fuck back. Not optimized, so let's see. Is it? Yeah, I didn't think it would be working. I'll show you. We could actually run a test. Right, GU time. Actually, no, EU 15-minute. EU 15-minute. Yeah, yeah. Right, open up the quant. Find the system I want, which is needs to be refreshed. You're about to see how to optimize auto. That's what this is, right? Auto 5. Auto 5. Okay. Let me change this tune. Uh, Actually a good tune. Haven't had it in ages. How many of us real friends? 1.6 to 4, and we'll do it in 0.2 increments. Okay, so this is what we're doing. We're setting our parameters. So we're setting our incremental parameters and the actual elements of those parameters. Oh, God. Okay, so 0.7 to 4 and 0.2. This here, we're preloading the quant here if you're wondering what we're doing. If you want to see the way it works, then you're in the right place. Oh, you're not in the right place because I haven't set the date. You stupid ass. Okay, we're going to do 365. Yeah, we'll do a year. Generally, that's what I start with. I start with a year. Yeah, sweet, man. Generally, I start with a year, and then I'll tweak it for higher or lower time frame. So I do a 0.7. This is the minimum risk to reward. Then the maximum risk to reward is going to be 4. And then we're going to change it in increments of 0.2. Okay, then we're going to have stop 0 to 15, and we'll do it 1 to, we'll do it 1 to 20, and we'll do it for 0.2 as well. We'll do it in 2 actually, not 0.2. And the Z score from 1 up to 1.6 in increments of 1. No, 0.1. 90 minutes. So it's going to test 2,992 combinations of these settings, and it's going to take 94 minutes to do it. Okay, so we run the test, and it will record the outcome of each parameter. Regardless of whether it's good or bad, it will record it, and then it can give you, or not it can, but it will give you the optimum settings for that pair for that time period. Once you've got that, you need to then test different time periods outside of your test. Then you need to test a larger time frame, and then you need to test smaller time frames, right? This is where you get the long-term probability from. You can see, like, I'm not touching it. Just testing itself. Doing it, right? Bird on the street. Someone said they DM'd me, right? I ain't seen no DM, bro. I don't see no DM, bro. Yeah, I can't see any DM. Main. Yeah, why are you lying, bro? You lied, alright. I don't even mind. What'd you say? Feeling good, I'm feeling great. Second cheese all on my plate. Okay, this shit's looking like it's going up right now. We've got 2 buys. Probably going to see a bullish move here. Bias is strong as well, like really strong. Okay. Oh, it's not Orion. I am on my phone if you're wondering why my hands are just floating in the middle of the screen. Go, can we run those likes up right now? This new system you've designed, is it based on Orion? Yes, mate. Yeah. Yeah, so you see these buy areas that are popping up, and then my hand going through a chart, and then the sell areas. This is just extracted from Orion. Yeah, it's not like a new thing. Yeah, so if we here. Okay, so you see at the moment it's done best profit at 7.5. All this is your Orion basis of understanding, but with a filter over the top of it. You can see. Thank you for the likes. Appreciate it, love. Don't know why that's still there. Yeah. Again, this system that you can see being tested up here, I'm not testing it, it's literally testing itself. You can grab access to this once I've finished optimizing it. But if you want to know when it's being released, you can go to the website, link in the bio, sign up to the email list, just put your email in, so then your email is in the system. And then when we update or we add a new system or indicator, or we update or whatever, you'll be notified. Currently, so you can see this is the website, right? You're going to go down to the bottom, put your email in there, yeah? I'm coming home. You know, one of the next things that I'm looking to do is implement the pro bias indicator into the areas that are being shown by the system. That's one of the next steps for me. I'm coming home. For example, here, let's see what it says here. I mean, that's a fucking scorcher of an entry. I don't know why it didn't exit. It's a scorcher of an entry. Let's see what it said from here. So yeah, that was bullish. So it wouldn't have helped us. The daily pro bias indicator being added to the site this evening. Like I said, we're going to be offering an exclusive lifetime price for this on drop for the first 10 people. Is my YouTube mic a bit loud? I just realised it's going right up into the red. Looks like it is, right? Hopefully it's alright now, but I've been shouting into the mics for the last hour and 50 minutes. Perfect. Yeah, perfect. Let's check in this, see what this is doing. Okay, so the best we've had in it is a 0.4% with a 3% drawdown and a 62% win rate. Which is okay, but we've only tested 60 out of 2,800 variations. So I'm going to leave that on the screen. What I will do is just make it isn't too loud. Oh, well, I changed it anyway. So without putting it in the background, I'm going to overlay it. We can see the profit factor there. Look. Not the profit factor, but the profit itself. Okay. Emotional. Oh, wow. Oh, God. Okay. I'm just trying to think of implementation here. So it stays 50, doesn't it? Yeah. Fine. Dreadful performance there. I don't know if this is a good song or not. Yeah, sounds alright. Hour and 30 minutes till news. No, we definitely skip this. Shredders. Okay. If we close above this high, that's going to be bullish on the 5, bullish on the 15. Then we can start looking for entries, yeah? Yo, thank you for the harmony. Appreciate it. That'll be the moderator team. Big love. Alright, okay. We want to see a close above here or a close below here. We're going to put this alert on. Put these on here. Yo, back at it again. Thanks for the go populars, I appreciate it. This looks good actually here. 5 minute. 5 minute low. If we come and close below it, again, we'll be able to reference a new point. Where did we go? Was it gold? Okay, so we didn't go bullish from where we were. We've sort of dribbled back down slowly. So what I'm thinking about for the... So for this bot, essentially, which is right here, this, I'm thinking about turning it into pretty much a signal giver. So it will just give a signal for every trade that it takes. And it will send it into a group or into a group or into one of our Discord channels or something along those lines. What do you guys think? I want to know, is a laptop better than a phone in terms of trading? 1000%, mate. 1000%. Because you've got to analyze the market. You can't really analyze the market from a phone. Yeah, 1000%, brother. Even if it's just like a little Chromebook or something, you need a mouse and a laptop. Well, you don't need it, but you know. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say, yeah, that you should be executing a. I've blown all my life in trade. I will mentor you, my friend. Yep, 100%. I will mentor you. You click the link in the bio. You can join the Discord. You can follow the YouTube channel. There's lots and lots of content on there. Join the live streams, ask questions. 100%. I prefer the laptop. I need big enough screen. Yeah, exactly. And obviously it's very fiddly. Very, very fiddly being on your phone. Oh, these hands out, man, it's getting out of hand. Let's have a peek and see how this is doing. Okay, so best at the moment is 32% profit and a 2% drawdown. 70% hit rate. That's pretty good. Which brokerage you trade with, please? I'm personally with Ross-rfx. If you want the link for them, you can go to the Discord and you'll see it here. Here, where it says our broker. See it there? Our broker. Click there. And you can see the link. And the link for the Discord, you can find it in the bio. I don't get that, please. You can. It's worldwide. They've got a UK and worldwide. Can you put it up, please? Go to the link in my bio. So come off of the live stream. Click my profile in the top left of the screen. Click the link in the bio, which is underneath my name. And it will take you to this screen here. It will bring you to this screen. It will bring you here. Okay? And then from here, you click Discord. Once you get to the Discord, you can then follow that page. See? Demand them too inconsiderate. Easiest thing you can do, Farmer Oscar, is go to the link in my bio, mate, and everything you need is there. Everything you need is there. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Or the likes. And the follow. Yeah, go to the link in my bio, mate. The easiest thing you can do. Not working? It should work. I can't share anything in Discord, in TikTok, mate, unfortunately. Let me see. Yeah, it definitely works, mate. Definitely works. I just tried it on my alt account. Around that medical joke. See, look, it's only done 180 variations. Crazy. One on your birth certificate. Stainless steel, it's platinum. Still loading, that's the caption. So let me see. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so the parameters for this are 1, 15, and 7, right? Now I'm pretty sure 2, 2.6, and 1.5, I think. I think this is the 1 minute. I think. On euro, British pound. Congestion down for yes is fucked. Yeah, la 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 la. Hate me too. Look at that. 4% drawdown with a 73% gain over the space of a year. Shut the fuck up. Get out of my face, bro. Entire history, I don't think entire history is as good. I believe it's still good, but I don't think it's as good. Yeah, it's not as good. 365 is the one. Last 7 days, we've had one trade and it's 2 trades, sorry, 2.1% gain. Last 30 days, 6 trades with a 10.3% gain and a 2.4% drawdown. So you run those two with each other, run those two back to back. Yeah. It won't be long, boys, and we'll be integrating it in. Okay, 2 hours into the live stream. I think I'm gonna go and get some bits done that I need to do. I appreciate every single one of you. Really do. Sorry, what? Yeah, so I'm going to shoot. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for everyone that joined me. We're still testing the parameters on the 15-minute on GU. If you aren't already a follower, make sure you hit that follow button. I appreciate all the love, all of the comments, all the likes, all the haters, all the lovers. You're all my friends.